Hey guys, want to talk to you about some cooking options out on the trail, from being with family to wanting it done quick to solo hiking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Trying to put out a few videos on different gear that people have either commented on or have asked me about, or that I just want to share with you, because I think that there is more than one option out there on cook systems. Which one works best for you, what the benefits are, we're going to go over that today. First, we're going to start over here. Fuel canister, got mine at REI. Pretty much get them anywhere. I get the bigger one. It's a little bit more fuel than what I need, but normally I'm going out with a couple different people, so instead of taking multiple ones, we just take one. And normally I'm the one that gets to carry it in my pack. If I go with other guys and we're doing more of a solo thing where we don't know if we're going to be together, obviously we take smaller ones of these. This will last me up to 4 days. And normally I'm doing coffee in the morning, and then I'm doing sandwiches or some kind of trail mix for lunch, and then I do hot food again at night. So I'm only boil water is the only thing I do on this, and then I pour it into a separate cup. So I use the Snow Peak 750 for my cook system, and then everything else from there, the hot water just gets poured into bags. So I don't use much of this, just enough to boil water. The different things I use for it though is obviously the pocket rocket. This is actually a knockoff from Amazon, but you wouldn't know the difference. As you can tell, this one's really clean because I wanted to use it for the video. But it's simple, screw it on. It has the igniter already built into it, which is very nice, and a full control. But again, this is the Amazon knockoff, which I have the actual pocket rocket in the case. Both of them come in the exact same case. I mean, besides the color of the case, I don't think that you would know the difference between which one's a pocket rocket or not. But that is the pocket rocket in there from REI, which again works great. But if I'm not needing a whole bunch, I've actually went to, if I'm not with my kid, I should say, normally I bring the BRS, which is more of just a solo style. Very small, tiny, compacts. I don't know if you can see how small that is because my hand, but these right here actually just bend down, and it's actually quite nice because of the fact of when it's all bent down, it literally just locks in, which I think is one of the best things. And again, this thing is tiny. I can't even hold it in my hand and still show you. So, I mean, it is so great. All my stuff fits inside my Snow Peak 750. So this will just go right inside the cup so it doesn't get messed up or bent or anything like that. Great system. The only downside to this is that you have to have a lighter or some way to ignite it, which I actually forgot my lighter last time that I went on a solo hike, and I actually just used my striker. Turn it on, let it sit there for a couple seconds, and it only took me 2 strikes off my striker to actually get that thing working. Awesome setup. So as we all know, fuel, I use the MSR's fuel system. I've used this thing for years. I've had fuel in here for years. I don't think this bottle, since I got it, has ever not had fuel in it. And then the cool thing is as you can hear, you just can't open it. It has the safety drug bottle top where you actually have to push it down and turn it, so you don't have to worry about kids getting into it. I keep mine pretty tight so nothing leaks out. It actually has a full seal, rubber seal gasket on the top, which is awesome. And then this is something that me and my dad built, just another, white gas. Pour it in, light it up, let it sit, prime, all that kind of stuff. The nice thing about this is it's a little bit taller. This used to be a BudLight can. Cut the bottom off, cut the top off, put the top inside. And if you can see, there's little holes in the bottom down there that actually lets the fuel go in so it can pressurize when you put the cup on it. And then on the outsides has all the holes that all the gas comes out of. Normally, I'll bring this with my kid. A lot of times, we'll actually carry him both. Just because he's 9 and he likes seeing the blue flames come out the side of this. He thinks that it's cool. So, the cool thing about it is you do not need a lighter. You can use a striker with no problem on this. Just strike right into it, let it sit, works out perfect. And then the only bad side is I'm carrying a whole bunch of fuel. But, I mean, like I said, I've had this, and this has lasted us 4 days out on the trail, and that is doing the exact same cooking with this. The only thing that's bad about this is if you pour too much in, you then have to deal with that, right? I mean, you're not getting away from it. So you pour too much in, you got to burn it off. So with that, we have the Vargo titanium Hexagon wood stove. This thing is awesome. Sorry about that. So it does come in a Velcro system. It's pretty much thin as one can get, and it's ultra light. I do ultralight backpacking. I think that it's one of the best. I guess it all depends on what you consider ultralight. My pack goes anywhere from 8 pounds in the summer to right now in the winter. We're actually having snow outside in the Northwest. I'm up around 12 pounds in the winter time. I try not to change my system much from summer to winter. I just don't see the point. So back to this though. Let's not get distracted, because I can go on about Northwest and winters and everything else. This is awesome. My kid loves this one as well. This just spins around in a circle. I'm pretty sure that you've probably seen these. If you haven't, they're great. You can even use these in the backyard or anywhere. We live in a condo, and I use it, put a piece of wood on the grill, and we use this on the grill. So, built-in windscreen, door opens up. You can put wood in here, obviously. Has holes in the bottom, and then has these things on the side that makes it where it sits up off the ground. So you could put fuel in there with wood, burn it when you get to a certain point, you close the door. This does let the Snow Peak 700 or 750 sit right on top of it. I know there's quite a bit of them that will sit right on top of it. You can leave the door open or closed is one thing I like, because, again, windscreen all the way around with your cup on the top. It doesn't leave much room for any wind to really get in there. A lot of the air just comes in from underneath. We do a lot of Alps hiking, and so when me and my dad do a lot of Alps hiking as well, I'll still take this, and it also makes a awesome windscreen, because in the Alps here, for some reason, no matter if it's pouring down rain or not, they say that you cannot have fires up around some of the lakes once you get up to a certain elevation. So this kind of eliminates that, gives something fun to do where you still, have a little mini fire in there. And if we don't want a mini fire and we really just want to cook some food, cool thing is this right here fits right inside there. So it makes it where it has a built-in windscreen when we go out. So this thing is extra light. I don't notice it in my pack. I have taken it in and out, and sometimes I've found out that I wish I did have it, because when I do my normal stuff like these, the normal pocket rocket and stuff, I do not take a windscreen. Some people will probably in the comments make a comment about you should always have a windscreen. I don't. Normally I'll find behind a log, next to a log, on the ground somewhere, and I will cook. And I don't know if it saves fuel, doesn't save fuel, but this is one thing that I know that does work. If it's windy, this thing still piles all the heat to the top. It's awesome. When it's said and done, cup comes out, you can still, make some wood in there and cook it up. So that is our setups. And then this, again, there's a little clip underneath here, so it just can't fold apart on its own. You actually have to push that to fold this thing up. And again, with kids, this is perfect. My kid loves it. He thinks that it's one of the coolest things. And we try and take it out every time and just play with it, try different things. And the best part about this is I can give it to my kid, and he can figure out how to make his own food. So the Vargo titanium, definitely cool thing, multi-purpose, which is one of my best things about it. And the fact that when it comes in this case, I can throw this anywhere in my pack. I use a lot of Cuban fiber or Dyneema, depending on where you're at. And I can throw this anywhere in my pack. I don't have to worry about messing it up, putting a hole in it, or anything like that. So something to check out if you want to be able to do two different kinds of fuel. If not, and you just want I want to cook and I want to cook quick, pocket rocket is probably the most prominent and best way to go. Again, if you don't want to have a lighter or anything like that, this comes with its own starter. And I have had this, well, I should say I've had this one, not this one. This one's brand new. I wanted to get my kid his own pack set, so I got him everything that he would need to be able to carry in his own pack and solo, because there is sometimes that we go up that when we solo, each person brings their own stuff, their own fuel, their own everything. So one thing that I would say, if you want fast, easy for kids, because kids don't want to sit around and wait for something to prime and then cook, pocket rocket is the way to go. Hands down fastest, and we'll make it where your kid will enjoy coming back. So if there's any part of this that you are wondering about, leave a comment. I did have someone ask me about this when I did a video on Facebook. I got this off of Amazon, and the only thing that I will say is that you got to watch out where you're getting it from. There is a Chinese one of this, and then there is a US one. Again, you have any questions about any of this, put it down in the comments, and I would love to answer any questions, or if you have something that you use that I don't have here,